Welcome to my garage. This is where the magic happens. Welcome to another face-melting edition of Awesome on Alli, brought to you by, well, nobody. This week we're gonna break down the top 5 videos like we always do. And there's a banger in there. Trevor Jacob's doing a double backflip. Not on a snowboard, but on a skateboard. Pretty crazy. Then we got a product review for you, the Nixon Super Tide. Any watch with the name Super in it has got to be banger, right? And then I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about Instagram. We know you're all on it. We know you're all posting pictures of cats and food. Well, time to up your game. I'm gonna give you some suggestions on who to follow to make your day a little bit more entertaining. We also are going to go and talk about some, wait, what else did we do? This week's show is really gonna suck. All right, Awesome on Alli, let's get to it. All right, kids, here we go with another edition of the top 5 videos of the week here on Awesome on Alli. We're gonna start things off at number 5 with a video from the Quiksilver skateboard team. This one's called, forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it. I already forgot about it.
Now look through the leaves, you'll find the mystery that sets us apart from flock tree. And believe the mystery that tears us apart. Trust your heartbeat.
That little edit right there makes me want to go out and go skateboarding. And I'm not just saying that because I ride Quiksilver. Number 4 video this week. Do you remember National Lampoon's European Vacation? I do. Apparently this guy in an Audi S6 has seen National Lampoon's European Vacation. Look, kids, Big Ben, Parliament. Look, kids, Big Ben, Parliament. This week's number 3 video is a young man named Balaram Stack. He is from Long Beach, New York. He is the best surfer to ever come out of New York, period. Balaram Stack. He may have a very odd first name, but after this, you won't forget it.
It's driving around in the belly of a whale, got a party to go to. Having the time of our lives, it's a night like a lion in waiting. Chinatown is where we'll meet. An innocent girl with pale blue eyes, red lipstick on her teeth.
The Quick Pro this year in New York was pretty wild. Me having the wild card and kind of having an experience like no other. I've never seen that many people in that area and seen such a big crowd that's so into the contest. I've never really experienced that many people coming up to me. People are so psyched for me, and that's pretty cool to see. I think my Twitter followers went up by like 1,000 or something. I didn't even have like a couple hundred before then, so it's pretty cool to see.
My ears, but the silence is loud and clear.
Balaram Stack. In New York, in high school, they used to call him never mind. The number 2 video this week, this is Sebo Walker. And a Lakai commercial here for the new Pico shoe. All we gotta say is Sebo has got some crazy skills. My favorite being the blunt to 360 flip off that little cement wedge. Pretty good. Sebo Walker, Lakai shoes.
How can you say
technical, very stylish. I'm digging it. It almost made me buy Lakai's. And the #1 video this week comes to us by way of Trevor Jacob. Trevor Jacob, as you may or may not know, is a young up-and-coming snowboarder on the Nike 6.0 team. What you may not know is that he's crazy. Doesn't have his marbles completely in line in his head. He can backflip anything. Bicycles, motorcycles, snowmobiles, your couch. Trevor Jacob is no slouch on a skateboard either. Double backflip, Woodward East. That's right, double backflip. Wow, Trevor Jacob does the double backflip. All I gotta say now is, take it to mega. Okay, so that wraps up our top 5 videos of the week. We'll be back again next week with more top 5 videos and more ants. My house is littered with ants right now. I don't know what's going on here. Somebody might have left something in the garage. Much more on Awesome on Alli coming up.
You are watching Awesome on Alli with Todd Richards.
So we all know that there's about 1 million options now with social media. You know, you've got your Facebook, you got your Twitter. Who cares? And all this other baloney, but the one that I think is probably the most popular with people in action sports now has definitely got to be Instagram. And yeah, about 60% of the pictures that are really funny and get posted on Instagram are of cats and of food, but there are that other 40% that post really, really cool things. So here we go. These are the people that I follow that I find are very interesting. My #1 follow is Sterling Spencer, professional surfer from Florida. The stuff that he posts up there is pretty damn funny. A lot of it kind of has to do with him being part man, part horse. Mr. Tony Hawk. Tony's always traveling the globe. Throwback posts, pictures of him when he was younger. And he has a pretty good eye for photography too, so I like to follow him. Oh, another really interesting one to follow is Nate Bozung, the Boz Nuts. Nate seems to only post pictures of weed and beer. Nate is just one of those special human beings that you wonder how they're still alive, but whatevs. Bucky Lasek, he's a fun one to follow. You know, he has that huge bowl in his backyard. He's posting pictures of barbecues back there and you know, skateboard stuff, and he's into racing cars now too. If you like cars, definitely follow Ken Block. He is serious about his Instagram. Ken has a really, in my opinion, a really good eye for things that are cool. I follow a lot of people on here. I'm just trying to really narrow it down right now. Kelly Slater's a good one to follow. And Ian Walsh. Ian Walsh updates his quite a bit. And probably the best one to follow in surfing has to be Matt Wilkinson. He mainly just posts pictures of girls' boobs and men's butts, and not necessarily in that order. Who else? Mark Healy. Healy is always catching really big fish and swimming with sharks. I like to follow Steve Caballero. He always has really cool stuff, lots of artwork, lots of old vintage stuff of him and his skating. In snowboarding, Louie Vito is my go-to follow just because I like to see how someone who pretends they're a hip-hop star lives via pictures.
Drop it. Now take that can and shake it.
There's my list of people to follow on Instagram. I'm addicted to it. Instagram, Action Sports. Hit me up at awesome AWSM at AlliSports.com and suggest to me some people to follow on Instagram that don't post pictures of cats and food 24/7. Please, let me know. For this week's product review, I present to you the Nixon Super Tide. Can you see it? There it is. This watch right here has over 200 beaches on lock with tide information. It's good for up to 100 meters underwater. If you're going any deeper than 100 meters in the water, your head will explode before this watch does. This bar that's right underneath, you can see it right there. This is the money button. It brings up the tide chart. Hit it again there, and it gives you sunrise and sunset, which may or may not be important to you if you don't have Windows. Just to prove to you that this is the ultimate surf watch. If your surfing heats out in the water, you can simply set this thing to whatever, 15 to 30 minute heats. Click it down, you just look at your watch. A lot of the Nixon professional surf team riders use this watch, and it actually does help them in the water. You don't have to glance back at the beach. You don't have to listen, you can just focus on what you're doing. It has stainless steel bezel with a hardened mineral crystal face under. So you're not gonna scratch it, you're not gonna destroy it. The band is made out of rubber. The only thing you really have to worry about this thing is your friends stealing it from you. The Nixon Super Tide. Function, fashion. Go and get yourself one. So that does it from us here at Awesome on Ally. Join us here each week and we will bring you more content to waste your day away. But today, I'm not gonna waste it. I'm not gonna be in this garage anymore. The water temperature right now in San Diego is 70 degrees. That's right, we might actually have a summer this year. See you next time. Welcome to my garage, and